Hey, welcome back to Haven Zero. This is going to be the second video of this series. We're going to be starting off on step 18. We're just going to be going through the whole other wall that we're going to be making. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Okay, step 18 here. It's making a series of buildings here. So we're going to be popping it out of the wooden cutouts here. That's part of the wood structure there. And we'll be putting it together, just a couple pieces go together, and then there's the end piece there. We're just going to be putting a sticker on there because, like, you don't want to be watching this whole thing over and over again. But it does get a sticker, fill up a little, we're making a little bakery shop there. And we're going to be moving on to the next one here. Next one here is, not really sure. We're just going to be popping out some more products here. There it is. I think we're making a window, like a windowsill thing. Just bear with me here. We're just going to be popping stuff out and then just putting it together. We're going to skip over to like the already made phase. There it is, halfway made, and it's like a pocket window, I guess. There it is. Right there's the bottom side. There's going to be a top side of two, so we're going to be skipping over to the top side because it's the same steps over and over again. You just got to put it all together. Now it's like a whole um, upstairs, downstairs pocket window, and it also gets a sticker on there, and it's denote like some sort of storefront there. So I think it's a coffee shop. I'm not sure, but we're just going to be making it nice and neat, and we're going to be switching to the next one there. And see, so there's the bakery, and there's the other the storefront there. We're just going to be making another series of stuff, little things put together, and then we're going to be putting it all together. There it is, right there. I'm not really sure what that is. It's some kind of electrical outlet or power source or something like that. I'm not sure. We're going to be, it's a little manipulation there, and then you got to squish it all together. There it is right there. There's a three ready-made, and then there's some wires to bend so that it goes into I think it's a power source. I think it's a generator. Not too sure about that one, but just making sure that's all there. And that's all there, and then now that wire's all in there, that's another piece that's all set and made, ready. And we're going to move on to the next one here just because it's gonna be fast paced, just back and forth, popping stuff out, just assembly. It looks like a window, and there it is right there. It is some sort of a storefront. There's those 3 or 4 pieces I got left, and then it gets this lovely little decorative, awning thing that gets put on there. So now it looks like a kind of a worn out little shop there. There it goes. Now we're just gonna be like I said, we're just going to keep going, popping stuff out there. I don't know what that one is. It looks like some sort of, maybe it's an electrical panel. Yeah, I think it's an electrical panel. We're making electrical panels. And then this part here, you got to wax this part. I don't know what this part is exactly, but it gets a gear and it says to wax it. So I waxed it. First time waxing stuff, so I don't know if I did it right or not. But now we're just going to be placing it on the actual wall there. So here we go. There we go. It's all nice and neat. We're gonna be like slowly putting the stuff back on. There's a little decorative uh, bush that gets pushed in, and there should be another one. Yeah, there's right there. We're gonna push that in there too, and then we're gonna be moving on to the next one, which is something I'm not sure. Okay, we're just gonna be putting in the. I think that's the generator or like the electrical panel there. We're just gonna be popping that in there. There it is right there, and then more bushes, and then that gets connected. There's like some kind of cable that goes with that, so we might have to make the cables to make it fit on there. But we're gonna move on to something else here, and there it is right there. That's the electrical wires coming from the generator to power up something or rather, some kind of future or old. Like it's red. It's a power cable. I gotta do this 3 times, so I'm making it fit in there. And there it goes. There's the next one. We're gonna go to the next one. We're gonna make it, I think, blue this time. There's the blue wire. There it is right there. But it all nice and neat. It looks pretty similar, and then that gets held into place by some kind of holder. Put it into a spot. There it is. It fits there, and there's the next one, and that's going to bend down. So we're just going to bend that to the ground there. It goes on the other side, but I don't know how far it goes. I just left it as is. Now we're going to put that pocket windowed storefront in there, and that's the top side. And then there should be another one, and we got to put in some decorative pieces. There's that piece that was waxed, and I don't know what that is. I really don't know, but it moves. It's weird. It moves back and forth. I don't know. But anyways, we're just going to go ahead and make some more stuff, and we're going to add some more wiring, Gonna go down. There it is right there. It goes to somewhere, nowhere really important. There's the wall, the bush again, and then the storefront gets pushed in to there. And this is just a quick, fast, way of making stuff here. And we get a little stereo, I guess. That's gonna be the unground part. So that's his stereo that he has beneath the shops there. So I'm just gonna be, making his like little work live area together. I'm not sure. I think that's a whole bunch of drinks and stuff. So then there's a ladder that gets put on, so that's so you can access the electrical panel. There it is, right there, done. And then we're gonna be moving on to like the chain, and you gotta do that twice. I'm gonna skip to the part where we'll be putting in the other holders, and that gets put on to that little loop there. If I can get it with my tweezers, there we go. There's two down there. They're supposed to be glued in. I'm not gluing it right now. We're going to be putting together the bottom part as well. And so that gets put onto whatever that piece that keeps moving back and forth. Like I said, I don't know what that does. All I know is it's just the instructions say to put it on. So that's what I'm doing. And it's like fighting me. So I'm just trying to use my tweezers to get it all back in line and then bent in the right direction. And then it's supposed to hold it up somehow. I'm not sure. I didn't really get the gist of that, but it gets placed into that, and then the other wire is supposed to, the other chain goes around and comes around the backside there, and then it gets placed into there too. So I'm not really sure what the purpose of this is, but it's there, and maybe it'll be explained later when we put it all together. But for right now, it's functional. It goes up and down. That's always a plus. But like what it does and what it's supposed to be, I don't know. Yeah, I have no clue. Okay, so we're just gonna make some more parts here for the exterior and stuff, and that goes up there. And then we're gonna be starting to glue stuff together. So let's get that piece put on there. That's a little railing that gets put on. There it is right there. And then that piece gets put on there. It's got a control panel. We need some glue, so we're going to put some glue there, and then the door frame gets some glue. It says paste, so I'm just going to put some paste there, and there, and there, and then kind of match it up. There's a hole there on the bottom, so make sure you don't cover that hole up because it might be prudent to keep it all in there. So that's it. So like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Bye.